What up, everyone? Sid Mangala here, the Reverend of the Revolution. Welcome to your Daily Revolution. Today's topic: how do I become a 5-star daddy or mama? Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. I love it, man. I love it. Like, I just got home. It is 8:15, and I've already got my workout in. Almost 2 hours of working out. I've already got some scripture timing with my boys. I already got some seat time with my boys because I take my sons to school almost every single day. If I'm out of town, obviously I'm not taking them. But if I'm in town, I'm taking 2 to elementary, 1 to middle school. Now, this is about being a 5-star daddy. See, this all goes back to if you want to be a 5-star daddy. What do I mean by 5-star? Think about 5-star resorts. 5-star hotels, 5-star ratings. It is where it is the best of the best of the best. I mean, look, I've been in some 5-star resorts and it is immaculate. It smells so good. The service is amazing. The food tastes delicious. They're like, welcome to your suite, Mr. Gali. Like, it is pristine, immaculate. The experience is like second to none. And so I always think about that in terms of being a parent. And there's a lot of reasons why, but it goes back to growing up. I saw my mom and dad like work their tails off so that me and my siblings could have a greater life. My parents crossed the ocean from the South Pacific Islands, third world country, into the United States, Hawaii, and then into Missouri, where I was born. And as I grew up, I saw my parents work swing shift, graveyard, 2-3 jobs. I saw them sacrifice so much, and I thought, man, what a shame if I threw all that away and didn't become the greatest version of myself. So as I began to have kids, me and my wife almost 12 years ago. The oldest is almost 12 years old. I have an 8-year-old who's going to be 9 in a couple of days, and then I have a 6-year-old. I was so clear that I had this responsibility, this stewardship, right? This mantle of a calling to raise my sons in a way that they could just know my parents are the best. That's how I felt about my mom and dad, even though like they went through some challenging times. They went through a divorce. They were both remarried. My step-parents, which are really just my parents, are amazing. And I'm clear, like I want to be this. So if you want to be a 5-star daddy, I'm going to give you Satema's secrets to being a 5-star daddy or a 5-star parent. And I could talk about being a 5-star husband or a wife, but like today's all about the kids, okay? Number 1, decide what you want this thing to look like. Stephen Covey, author of 7 Habits, one of my favorites, says, begin with the end in mind. So just decide, like, what do you want this thing to look like? I already know what that is for me. See, as my kids enter into the teen years, I know there is this battle for their soul. There's this spiritual warfare. And while on the outside, I love where I live. I live in this cul-de-sac. I can see my fountain running. It's a beautiful day here in Southern California. Like, it is this area. Like, by the way, I'm going to put in a plug for my city. Actually, this is the worst place you could live. Don't even move here. I love where we live. It is like the Garden of Eden. It's like heaven on earth. And even though we live in this beautiful area, there's a battle that's going on. There's a real war for the souls of men and women, like for our children. And it's destructive. It eats at them. It comes at them from every angle. It's laced into the media. It's laced into music. This destructive way of living, that there's this unseen power, and like I don't want to get too spiritual and too deep on you, but I just want you to know there's a warfare. And I know that as the dad of my children, I decide, and I know what I want. I want my kids in the teen years to be able to come to me, and I want them to be able to talk to me, and I want them to be able to trust me, and I want them, if they make choices that just are not in alignment with what we want and with what we believe to be the truth and what we believe to be right, that they wouldn't beat themselves up and they wouldn't be too hard on themselves, but they could come and talk to me and their mother. So that's like, I want that. I want this relationship where, after a date, my boys could come talk to me about girls. They could talk to me about sex. They could talk to me about, like, look, I even ask them this question every day, or not every day, but once or twice a week. Have you seen anything inappropriate this week, son? Like, really? Like pornography, naked people, Like, and I'm straight up with that because you got to have that. So the first step is like decide what you want this thing to look like. Number 2, invest in your kids every single day. Invest in your kids every single day. Now, there's a number of ways to invest in your kids. Like number 1 for me, the way, and it's going to look different for you. Your job might be different, your circumstance might be different, but the principle is the same. How do you invest in your kids? Number 1, I am the last thing that they see and hear before they get out of the car and go to school. Because I take my middle schooler, like I used to walk my 8 and 6-year-old to the blacktop. Like walk them in, hug them, let them be seen, like let them see me with them. And now, like we talk in the car, we have these what we call conscious self-creation. They have this thing they say every single day, so they can invest in them. Invest time. Where in your world can you invest time with your children? Where can you invest energy into your children? Where can you invest love and resource into your children? We have one of my sons is in swimming. One of my sons is in flag football. One of my sons is in soccer. So, right, there's me and my wife. We're in zone coverage, right? We got 3 boys and 3 sports. And there's just me and my wife. So, look, I coach one of my sons. Next year, I'm going to coach both of my sons in flag football. I'll have 2 teams. Why? Because it's what I want. Now, if your kids aren't in sports, we have kids our kids also sing. So, again, I don't go do things that are, like, not what me and my wife want. Like, I'm not a skydiver. I'm not going to take my kids skydiving. I'm not a mountain biker. I'm not going to take my kids mountain biking. But we sing. So we sing a couple times a week. Like, we're always singing and harmonizing church hymns, Michael Jackson songs, Grease Lightning songs. That's kind of the theme in our home today. So number 1, decide what you want. Can you get clear about that? Just take some time to say, what do I want my relationship with my children to look like 2, 5, 10 years from now? Even when they're married, I'm always dropping those things like, hey, when you're married, son, this is how you do it. This is how you treat your wife. That's why I do these things with you. So I take them to school. I coach them in sports. I pick them up. Yesterday, I was leaving my home to go run some errands, go to the dentist appointment, and it's 5 o'clock. So end of the day, my boy's like, Dad, can I please go? And I was like, no, stay home. Because I just wanted some space. I was like, I just need some time. And I took 2 steps. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Let's go. Hop in the car. And then I'm driving away. I call my wife, and my wife's like, I could hear my other son, Daddy, I want to go on. She's like, oh, he's gone. Hang up. I call her. I pop a U-turn. I come back. I'm like, hey, tell him to come out. So I take 2 of my boys with me, and they were just in the car. And sometimes we talk. Sometimes we listen to music. And sometimes I just turn the music off. And they're like, can we listen to music? I'm like, no. All right, let's just be together and just have some time. And you see, your children need time with you. They need time with you. They need time around you. They need time to hear you. They just need to be in your presence. Even if you're working on something and they need seat time with you. So we went to the dentist. We went and picked some other errands up. And then we came home. And it was like 2 hours total time they were with me in the car and talking and laughing. And so I invest time with my kids every day. So number 1, decide what you want. Number 2, invest time every single day. Number 3, nighttime rituals. I see AM rituals, PM rituals. AM rituals, PM rituals. In our morning rituals, I get home from the gym. I usually make them breakfast twice a week. So, I'm going to make I've made pancakes twice this week. I've made Spam, eggs, and rice once this week. Like, we love our Spam, eggs, and rice. And then we listen to music. Like, the jam box goes on, and then we read scriptures in the morning. And then we pray in the morning. And look, it's hectic. I want you to know, it ain't perfect. Don't let me, I don't want to confuse you and trick you into thinking that this thing is perfect. No, not at all. So, AM, PM rituals. And what's the PM rituals? Like at night, shower, brush, floss, hang up the towel, turn the lights off, clean the room. Like, they know shower, brush, floss, hang towels up, turn lights off, clean room, and then we'll watch a video on my phone if they're in time. If it's after 8:30, they know they don't get it. So they're always trying to beat that record so we can watch it. And what do we watch? Like, I watch these things called Mormon messages. Like, whether you're Mormon or not, just go type it in, Mormon messages for youth. Man, there are some solid messages. Those videos are unreal, man. Church does a really, really good job of putting these messages together. And they're powerful principles. Like, you can teach so much from these videos. And then I'll lay with them in their bed. Like, that time at night is so critical. Like, I know there's a like last night I was with them in their bed. And then I went to my room. I was like, dude, I just want to like look at Instagram, look at Facebook. It's funny, right? And the voice was like, go be with your boys. Even though we had spent time, we had prayed, we had said our gratitude, we hold hands while we kneel at my bed. I was like, no. So I got up, went to their room, laid in their bed. And, even though we got all these rooms, they all sleep on one bed. They sleep in the oldest room on a king-size bed, and they're brothers. And it's awesome. And I spend time with them. And I really appreciate it. So those are like 3 secrets to help you right now. Number 1, just decide what you want. Like, be clear about that. Number 2 is invest time, energy, and money. Time in the morning, time in the evening, time in the afternoon, videos, phone calls, notes, sports games. Like, when you go out, put your phone away. Number 3, AM, PM rituals. We got our rituals every single day, and I am the last thing that they're going to hear, and I want to breathe life into them, and I want to inspire them, so by the time they go to bed, I've built them up. Like, I've created them. I've showed them what's possible. I'm showing them love. It's amazing. It's amazing what happens when you build your children up and how they can begin to see themselves versus getting beat up in the spiritual warfare for their lives. So that's it. Look, my challenge to you is to be a 5-star daddy. Like, go be a 5-star daddy. Go be a 5-star mama. Like, don't be those dads who you show that life is amazing on social media, but really it's not. Like, don't lose your family. Go be a 5-star daddy. And if you got something out of this, I invite you to go share this to someone who could use it. And join us at Pro Rev Dallas. That's going to be amazing. Put a plug in for Pro Rev Dallas, PROREV Dallas.com. Coming in October. I'm out. For more info on joining the revolution and living your greatest life of prosperity today, go to www.yourdailyrevolution.com and join us in waking up, turning your brain on, and prospering today.